Ladies and gentlemen, we've hit a new all-time high on TikTok potentially being banned here. It's up to 86%. Supreme Court ruled that it was to be banned. So we'll see if this goes through. I saw someone saying Trump should save TikTok. It's just kind of funny how, and I think what the government hopes is that people just wean off of this new Chinese app. But it's like they pushed them to an even more communist China app. It's what they did. They got an app in the App Store. It's in Mandarin, and you got all these liberal kids downloading it. It's like, you hate TikTok? I mean, yeah, really, it's not even if we like it or hate it. It's, is there an actual reason to ban it? And if you ban it, will it just force kids to go on something even more Chinese? I mean, I did see an art, like a tweet and stuff on why it's so bad, and it is bad. I mean, they blatantly take a lot of user data. And it's like, well, American companies do. Yeah, but this is a foreign company. It's different. Red Book. Yeah, that's what it's after. The Red Book. Red Note is dumb. Well, I mean, it's just, what is it? The same shit. It's like they got all these Chinese, and then you got all these liberals simping for the Chinese. Boy, I mean, you want to know how racist the Chinese are against minorities? Whew. But we don't get to do anything. I mean, we say anything bad, it's horrible. But then they simp for them. It's just they're just so inconsistent. They love the Chinese, but what I mean. Missed the 9/11 content. Yeah, I want to do. I don't know how I'm gonna structure it, but I want to do another 9/11 video, specifically like accounts inside the towers, preferably. You've never used it. Society will be better without it, but they're just going to go to something else. I mean, there's already stuff set up because I mean, another funny thing about this whole TikTok situation is all the little, you don't want to call them Elon wannabes, but like Mr. Beast is salivating at the opportunity to buy TikTok. Like he's like, please, I'll give you everything. And you've got Kick as well. I mean, dude, these people, like, they want the amount of young kids on TikTok. It's just so, they want to buy it. That's another thing that just goes to show you the entire purpose of TikTok was for gathering US data. They're like, all you have to do is sell it to an American or whatever, and the app can stay up. And they're like, no, we're not going to do that. Well, it's a telltale sign. But I mean, now the problem is the kids are going to something even more China controlled. The app's literally not even it's not even in English. They're like, Daddy, please give us an English version. I'll have to like translate it. TikTok is full of annoying, crazy single cat ladies anyways. Let's get rid of it. I mean, that's pretty much every social media though. They'll just migrate to like YouTube as shorts or whatever. Do you think Twitter will be the last social media platform left in the US? Well, in terms of what? I mean, there are other there's a lot of social media platforms in the US. A lot of them just are not very big. E Norman, I like the Doge. The Doge. I think Doge is going to do well. Crazy they didn't at least have a Silicon Valley buddy develop some knockoff TikTok before banning it. It's remarkable, man. That just goes to show you it was spyware the whole time. But like that's the thing with the Chinese that's funny and how the propaganda works. I wonder how that entire thing actually, because it's mind-boggling. I'm guessing they probably told like whoever, like the Red Note or whatever the fuck this app is, they probably paid some big TikTokers to say, we're moving to this app. This is the new TikTok. Tell them to move there, and all their dumbass, American followers just do it. Like if that's how it worked. But that was one of the things that I was saying originally. Why don't they just make a Vine 2.0? There's so much demand for it. This it just doesn't. It's weird because Instagram and YouTube already exist. Yeah, but you want to know the problem with Instagram and YouTube? They're not tailored for short-term content. TikTok was specific, just like Vine. It was specifically made for short-term content. The YouTube is long form. Short form is that's the algorithm of TikTok, and that's why people can grow so quickly on TikTok. I mean, I guess you could grow quickly on YouTube Shorts, but it's like YouTube is still known as like a video sharing where it's like 10-15 minute long form videos. So there certainly is something, something different, which is why I'm surprised that there wasn't at least a knockoff tried where it's just focused on short form content. You got permanently banned from TikTok 2 days ago. Yeah, I tried marketing my videos on TikTok and immediately got banned. I don't even know what it was for. It wasn't even I don't even think it was anything bad. I mean, most of the videos that I make are not really not all that risky unless they just decide to ban conservative content creators. But I mean, I uploaded one short, which I don't even know what it was, but they banned me immediately. But I mean, apparently I've been told that there's a lot of free speech, and that's another component of this with Israel and APAC not liking this. And so, let's be honest, this is a bunch of young kids that hate Israel and hate what Israel's doing to Palestine. And that's another component of this. There's no doubt about it. Do you think China will pass the U.S. as world power? Well, honestly, when you look at the U.S. and China, the population difference, it would make sense that they would have a bigger economy than us. It wouldn't even matter if they passed us in terms of that because per person and just the way they do things, their economic system being communist, they're never truly going to pass us. It's basically impossible for them to. Um, I don't think they're going to pass us in this, but I think a lot of it is conservatives, fear mongering about China because it's good to have a common enemy, and I agree. I'm certainly not like any of these dumbass kids who like communism, and I mean maybe it's better that these younger kids are getting more radical. It's a way. See, the thing is, although I don't think it's like we got to get off the internet because like 99% of people don't believe any of this. It's like we're basing it off of 1% of like 20-year-old liberals who are communists. But it's like if they get more radical, you can go more radical right wing. If they go more radical left, and you can kind of offset it that way. But I don't think I think a lot of people are just boring establishment Democrats. This is like 1%. They like this China bullshit, and it's kind of funny to see these videos. Bring back MySpace. I don't even know. I was too young for MySpace, honestly, bro. Yeah, I was too young for MySpace. I was honestly too young for Facebook. The first thing really I got on was like probably 2012 Twitter. Probably like 2012 Twitter, I'd say. Trump whaled into the coin. OND. Yeah, I wouldn't buy anything Trump buys. It's already pumped at that point. There'd just be people copy trading Trump. I don't see the point in copying what Trump buys. Plus, the market caps are probably already ridiculous. What are you going to get, like a 3x, a 5x, maybe? Meme coins based off of Trump might do well. RB, good evening. Downloaded Red Note for 2 days. Really wasn't that interesting. A lot of cat and recipe videos. Yeah, I would imagine it's going to evolve a little bit. But I mean, it depends how many Americans. There's so many people salivating. I mean, first it was rumored that Elon Musk was gonna buy TikTok, and then that died down after like 30 minutes. Then you got Mr. Beast. Then you got Kick. I'm sure there's other people. I never hated China. They're nationalists and actually care about keeping their identity. Well, that's even more so Japan than China. But no, I mean it is most of the East that is how they think. If you thought like that here in the West, I mean, you're just you're just a disgusting racist. Will they ban OF? I wonder if Trump will try and push for something like that, or someone within Trump's administration, possibly, because they're pushing to ban. I think you can, I'm drinking kind of a letdown, that liquid death stuff. Yeah, cool to see you supporting them, liquid death. Well, listen, I saw this at Target. It was $2.50. I mean, with water, what I really should have done is I should have worked out and then drank this. That's what I should have done. Listen, when it's in a can, it's way better than plastic. That's what I'll say. If it's in a can, it's better than plastic. But this is very cold. The problem is, anytime you have water but you're not thirsty, it's hard to just drink it because it doesn't have a flavor. But you can give the water. You can't give the water flavor, but you can give the water like refreshness if you drink water when you're really thirsty. And you got to drink something like this when you're really thirsty. I'm really not thirsty. Maybe I should just sit it down and just see if I can get really thirsty. But I can't really just get thirsty by talking. It's just a dry mouth. The thirst that I would need is I'd have to run a few laps or do something. That's the type of thirst. See, even if I just talk a bunch, it's more of a dry mouth. It's not the typical thirst where it's like, oh, I definitely need water and I can chug the water. Trump wailed into ONDO. Yeah, I mean, it's probably like a multi-billion market cap coin. I don't see the point. Everyone just could use a VPN. Yeah, that's not going to really work. Yeah, I mean, I guess people. The thing is, I'm not even sure if you could use a VPN, but even if you could, the viewership decrease would be so because just there's not a lot of people that would actually use a VPN. VPNs cost money, and I mean, I have a VPN. It costs me like $100 a year to use. I guess you could get a crappy one for free, but it's not like these things are cheap and everyone has access to them. Can't go wrong with a glass bottle. Yeah, I mean, anything's better than plastic. That's the thing. I got all those. I got like these water bottles that they're in like hardened plastic. It's not like that stuff that you can. It's like it's a little bit better, I feel. But any of the like when you can squeeze a plastic water bottle like this, that's when you know it's like that plastic seeps into the water. It's just not good. I mean, if I have to have it, I'll have it. But it's the music industry hates TikTok. Oh, I bet. I mean, with all the music that's used on there. Well, that's the thing. It's not even monetized. They can't even monetize it. So it's not like the music people. Because, dude, the thing is with music, you really are extremely limited on YouTube in terms of using music. You really can't use anything because even if you use one piece of a song for 10 seconds, they can claim the whole video, and they will claim the whole video. There's an automated system to where you won't even be able to upload the video before it gets claimed. And what the artist will do is they'll say you can upload it. I'm taking all the money from it. But they can't do that with all the music that gets played on TikTok because they're so short clips and they're not even being advertised. The people that are on TikTok, they don't even make revenue from ads. They make revenue from sponsorship deals and actually getting an audience and then shuffling those people to other platforms. So it's a terrible for the music industry. It's horrible. Do you prefer old houses pre-World War II or newer houses? Well, it's very vague when you talk about newer houses. There's so many different styles of new houses. I prefer, I mean, I do like looking at some McMansions, but they are ugly. But I mean, it depends I mean, some new houses, dude, like, I saw a Reddit page and they were like jerking off this one. Like anytime, you guys know the mansions where it's like in LA or, somewhere in California, it's like on a mountainside. It doesn't even look like a house. It's like built into the side of a mountain. I think that's so queer. It's just such an ugly thing. It's like, oh, this costs $50 million. It's not even a house. It's like built into rock. It's like, I just think that looks dumb. If I get $50 million, I'm going to build a big, mansion. I'm not like it's like hidden into a rock or something. It's just look. It's not even a home. Is there an R Pally market? Well, they hated that because they kept saying Trump was going to win, and they said that was not it. Do a vid during doing your political compass. I mean, is it worth it? I guess I am kind of hurting for ideas, honestly. I haven't done a political compass in like 3 years, and it said I was a authoritarian right, which is really not true. No, it said I was like in the middle of liquid death is mid. I mean, it's just water. It's just expensive water, basically. The Bitmore, yeah, isn't that the biggest mansion in North America or the United States at least? I think it's in North Carolina. Ohio State Notre Dame final score prediction. I would say Ohio State 31-10. You think the cold weather might have saved Trump from getting assassinated by a swarm of drones? Yeah, that whole situation is kind of strange. The Trump thing where suddenly I mean, listen, it was cold, there's no doubt about it, but I do think there might be some trepidation to where it's Trump's like, well, if we can get any excuse to have this thing inside, it's probably best to move it inside. I think that might be it as well. Who knows? I mean, it's like it was going to be like 5 degrees, I think, with wind chill, but it's one of those things like aesthetically, you want it to be outside with the light and stuff, but if it helps, keep Trump safe. I mean, obviously, people are going to be worried. The guy was almost shot in the head. It's like, and that's a huge event with everyone there. And then now the Obamas are not going, the Bushes are not going, the Clintons are not going. I appreciate that, Art. Love watching your channel. What do you think will happen with the Israel-Gaza deal and the future of the U.S. in the region? Would love to see you cover this topic. Also, please, monthly life update. Yeah, I'll have to do one in February. That'll be a fun life update video if because I'm not a fan of February. But as for that situation, it already looks like the deal's off because Israel said Hamas bro. I mean, it's just so disheveled in that region. But the United States is going to continue to operate. There's no doubt about it, especially with Trump picking Rubio. And they're going to support Israel. They're going to support Israel, and they're going to try and probably go for a two-state solution. That seems like the only viable path if you want peace. But yeah, I mean, that's just what it is with the United States. They're not going to leave the region, man. And now you're talking about maybe the biggest threat to Trump, and possibly Trump getting more involved in the Middle East being Iraq, which could be a whole nother issue because, I mean, we heard time and time again, Iraq is trying to assassinate Trump. They're trying to kill him. Trump's going to send preemptive strikes against Iraq. This is the last thing that we need. Why don't you stream on Twitch? Because I mean, I don't have a following on Twitch. And plus, I mean, I don't know, man. I really I never streamed on Twitch once. I don't even have an account. You did a political compass and ended up being classified as fascist. Proudest moment. Yeah, I think that's the compass is wrong. I think it had me as a fascist as well. It's not correct. It's like if you say one right thing, right wing thing, it's like do you think Lamar will ever win a Super Bowl? Jackson, I mean, they have a really talented team this year. They have a chance to win it this year, but it's hard because you've got Allen and Mahomes in the conference. I would say 50-50 chance on it. He wins the Super Bowl. I mean, they have again. I guess they don't have a great receiver. I don't know if Zay Flowers is still injured. Barack and Big Mike getting divorced. That's a rumor. Yeah, there's some problems there. I imagine they try and get like a silent divorce because liberals would be in shambles if that happened. They're only doing it inside for safety. Trump don't give a shit about the weather. Yeah. And it's a nice convenient excuse too. Because you don't even have to, get people worried or anything like that. Because if they say, well, for safety reasons, it's going to be inside, people would immediately start questioning, all right, what's going on? If they don't want to tell people, they would just say, well, I mean, it is going to be cold. How much of Trump's base actually cares about Israel, Middle East? Seems like most want more isolationist policies. Will that impact him? Yeah, I don't know, man. Conservatives nowadays are they flip flop on being isolationist or not. It seems like, but I think you are right in general. Most right, well, now there's a big difference between the right wing online and right wing just in general. I think most right wingers in general still support Israel and still want involvement in that area. It's Iran. You're right. It's Iran, not Iraq. Um, what I said, but yeah, I think they still want involvement in that area. They want to protect Israel. Most conservatives, I think, still do. I know if you look online and like right wing Twitter, you probably get most people say no, we want to leave and be more isolationist because nothing good for the United States has come from the Middle East. No good involvement in any conflict. The only thing it leads to is terrorists having excuses to do stuff in the United States. It's just not good. Is Drew Aller's NFL career over because of his stupid interception? I mean, I think he's coming back, dude. Penn State is getting a lot of their players back. They're going to try and make another run. It's like Ohio State when they got all their players back. Penn State will probably be a top 5 team, I would imagine. They're basically like, like 2 years ago, Michigan got all their players back for their senior year. Then this past year, Ohio State got everyone back, and now it's Penn State. I'm not saying they're going to win the title. They don't have that high end talent, but they're certainly returning a bunch. They need receivers, is what they need. We're the same age. Did you start seeing things change during high school days? Paxton, what do you mean by that? Politically? Thoughts on H3 podcast? I really don't watch it, man. How do we know that TikTok is really a foreign threat? Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious. TikTok is owned by China. These other apps are now. You could say, well, they're like Google and Microsoft and Apple. They're all selling the data to China. You could say that, but it's a lot easier for an app to be just owned by China to say, well, it's probably more of a threat. And the fact that they're shutting it down without selling it kind of goes to show you that, yeah, it was just a spyware app. But I mean, that's part of the reason why people want to keep it. And also, people say it sets a bad precedent. And I mean, there definitely is arguments for that it sets a nothing's really black and white about it. I mean, but dude, if you look it up, the infringement is really severe in terms of the data that gets mined. Now, you could say, well, the American companies are not telling the truth. They're doing the same thing. But if you look at, the transparency of it, it's a lot worse, the amount of stuff that they take with TikTok, the data they take versus because these other platforms have to comply at least a little bit with U.S. law. But with TikTok, it's different. That's why they're trying to get TikTok, I think, to sell to an American. And then they're like, it's useless now. We'll just send you all to like a communist fucking manifesto app that's written in Mandarin, and all these liberal kids are like, yes, thank you. Bro, you got stock on everyone. Meta stock, really? Is New Mexico making a March Madness run this year? New Mexico basketball is always pretty good. I like New Mexico basketball. I don't know. That's a tough conference, the Mountain West basketball. Yes, politics during your high school days. Well, I mean, I got into politics when I was 15, so I got into politics going into my sophomore year of high school, basically, and I was pretty much always conservative. I liked Trump when he was running in the primaries in 2015. That's how I got into politics. Really didn't. I was too young for the Obama Romney election. But I mean, in terms of things changing, I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's hard because I don't think I have enough. I've have enough like time on these social media apps, but it's like it's based on your algorithm. Do you see a lot of parallels between Trump and Reagan? Well, not really, honestly. Certainly not with depend immigration. Did you ever go to your family video or Blockbuster? Yeah, Blockbuster. We really didn't have a family video. What prompted you to do the Hitler history video? Because I loved reading stuff on World War II. I know a lot of stuff about World War II involving the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany, mainly. Mainly that war, those battles in specific, Barbarossa, Stalingrad. But also just in general, it's the last. I mean, it's the last World War. I mean, think about that. It's interesting to think about. 1945. I mean, you don't want one to happen, obviously, but it's just kind of crazy to think about. I feel like if there was another one, people immediately say, "Well, the world would end." I don't know. I think it might. Hopefully, it'd be more tame, but you never know. You were a huge Obama supporter in 2012 and got red pilled by Trump in 2015. Haven't voted Democrat since. I mean, I've seen a lot of people tweet out their voting history, and it's like Obama, Hillary, Biden, Trump, and it's pretty crazy. There were a lot of people that shifted and I guess got red pilled in like 2022, which is probably the exact opposite of what liberals thought was going to happen after January 6th. Was my history teacher based? They were just pretty normal, and I don't think so. I mean, we learned about World War II. When I was in high school, we were really taught communism was evil. They really didn't talk about fascism a ton. It was more so communism and economics class. Will you do a video on base 200 211 or the Germans in Antarctica? Yeah, I mean, I'd have to research that. Territorial claims in Antarctica, maybe. Seems like Apple stock has outperformed a bunch of. There's no way it's outperformed Nvidia. Nvidia, I thought was like the number one, like going back a few years, best performing stock because of the AI boom. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to stocks much. I know, I do know a few, but Ohio and the German is it is that a what Nazis take over the world joke? I saw. I mean, it's just it would never happen. Even if they won, it wouldn't happen. But there's like a funny thing. The United States gets split between Nazi Germany and the Empire of Japan. Like Colorado and over, it's like the Pacific states owned by Japan, and everything else is Nazi Germany. It would never happen. They just really no one had they didn't have the capability of doing any invasion. It's just based off of our location as well. I mean, we got the Atlantic Ocean, and the United States was at its most dominant period after World War II. And by the way, people don't give the U.S. credit because of the Soviet bloodshed, but with London Lease, we spent the most money. I mean, we are capitalists. We have the most money. It's just our system, but we spent the most money out of any country in World War II. It's pretty interesting to think about. Love your videos and started watching them in September before the election. Antonio, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Do you believe in Bigfoot? I remember you see the video from like what 1957. Nah, man, that's not a real video, but it is kind of funny to see a video all the way back then, and then because I remember looking up into that one night, and I think it was in California, maybe. I want to say the area where that video was, or maybe it was like 67. It's like a river now or something. I don't know if I remember correctly. Does Jack Sawyer have draft potential? Yeah, he's probably like I'd say like a mid-second round pick, maybe late second round pick if I had to guess. Chinese app Red Note removing all the LGBTQ content, suspending accounts. But the thing is that that's acceptable for liberals. Like people don't understand. Look at the Palestine shit. I mean, they don't accept trans people. That's one of the things that they ravaged conservatives. How dare you be transphobic? All right, well, here's a country who jails and kills trans people. No, we love them. They deserve. You see, so it doesn't matter. They don't really care about the LGBT stuff in certain situations. It's kind of interesting to think about. Believe in ghosts? I mean, I've heard stories. I can't fully say I believe. You know, I don't know. It's one of those things I'd have to look into more, I guess. But Skyline chili, I never had that actually, because that's Southern Ohio, man. I've been watching a lot of because they want communism. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them do like communism, but I mean, it's such a fringe amount of people. It's kind of, it's like DeSantis 28, Vance 36. I don't think DeSantis 28, man. I mean, why would Vance step aside? I guess. I mean, maybe people are overrating Vance. I guess we'll see. Yeah, the Dodgers are getting too many players, man. It's bad for baseball. Well, they're just getting all the Japanese talent because of Otani and where they're located. They're located the closest to Japan and stuff. So it's like, I mean, San Diego possibly. You'd like to split it between them and San Diego, but they're getting all the talent now because of Otani. They got the number one Japanese pitcher last year, Yamamoto, and now they just got another one. We had the situation before with Vine. What are the odds a new app to fill the void? Well, I feel like with Vine, wasn't there like a period where there was really nothing in terms of the short form content? It was like Vine, and then I don't know when Vine went away. What 2015? It was pretty early. It was like 2015. I feel like just in my timeline. And then I don't know what was TikTok like. I don't even remember 2018, 2019. It got big, something like that. Could this TikTok ban actually be good for people for human communication? I think that's already long gone. Human communication. There would have to be a huge shift. Human communication is And I think it is important, but it's TikTok being gone is not going to force people. I mean, maybe a few people, but not there's just too many options in terms of the apps, yeah, available for consuming content. I think for it to really make any difference. Baseball doesn't care about small markets. Well, they don't have a salary cap. I mean, it's a joke. I mean, shouldn't because players are greedy. They'll never agree to a salary cap. But it's that ruins the actual competitiveness of it. The whole point is to be able to but I mean, even some salary caps, like the NFL salary cap's a fucking mess the way it's done, how they defer money and stuff, and it's always a mess. NBA, but at least they have salary caps to where you can't do like crazy super teams. Any update on Greenland? Still talks. Yeah, I've been covering a lot of the Greenland stuff. I mean, I like talking about the Greenland stuff. Honestly, that's kind of why I do videos on it. And also the videos do pretty well for me, in terms of the views. But the Greenland stuff, I think it'll probably be died down the next few days. I mean, my guess is it wouldn't shock me at all if Trump says something at the inauguration, but he's going to say a bunch, so it's not going to really be in the news, I would say, unless he makes a proclamation of something. But he'll probably say something. But other than that, to me, it seems like my read on it right now is that Greenland wants to be independent from Denmark and then do some type of economic deal with the United States, but still be independent. And that's kind of the hang up. Trump wants Greenland as a territory. Greenland knows they need the United States or they need another country, but for them it would be amazing. You're going from Denmark to the United States. What a huge upgrade. But they do want to be independent, but they know they need the United States money, and they know the United States is going to want something from them, so they're going to allow the United States to use the country and for mining and stuff. And I think their prime minister has already talked about the United States being able to use the country to extract resources, and they would try and get a share of that. But obviously, the United States would get most of it because it costs money to extract the resources. They certainly don't have it, but it would also give them more jobs when you think about it. So I think it's going to come down to them wanting independence from Denmark. If they get that, then they're going to try and do some type of economic agreement with the United States. And then Trump's going to say, no, we'd rather just buy you. What is he going to take? And then they work out a deal and Trump buys Greenland and makes them a territory. That would be my best guess. What did you think about Biden's farewell address? I didn't see a lot of it. I don't know. Maybe I should go watch more clips of it. It seemed like it was really like nobody was covering it. Maybe I just haven't been following politics as closely. It could have been that. But normally, like I'll see like 10 different clips come up when there's something big. And I saw a few clips of Biden, but Biden is just, I was trying to wrangle with Biden's legacy, and it's just so hard. He's just so incapable. He's so incapable of making any decision. You would never trust him. I don't think any liberal leaders within the government trust him. So why would I really say, well, Biden did this wrong? It just sounds wrong me saying that because I just don't think he's the one saying we need to do this. He can't even point like that. He's not like, you understand how weak he is. Do you really think people are going to lose money without TikTok? Well, certainly. I mean, people that rely on TikTok for viewership and in terms of like sponsors and everything like that, of course they're going to lose money. There are people that just use TikTok alone to make money. You lose that app. I mean, sure, you can try and transition and send your viewer base to another app, but you're going to lose money. I mean, there's not. And then they also talk about the small businesses. I don't know if that's overblown or not, but small businesses use it. And yeah, I mean, listen, if you're someone like a small, cute little cookie business or whatever, and you post great things and you get like good traffic on there and it translates into people stopping in, that's going to hurt. How do you feel about the inauguration indoors? I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's understandable. They're trying to be safe. Greenland wanting independence is funny since they need subsidies. Well, that's the point. They would want an economic relationship with the United States. They know they need help. but they technically still want the independence. But that could also just be they probably want something in terms of negotiation, and they're not going to. I mean, I said they're not going to tell the United States we want to join you, because then they get basically nothing. They're going to want pledges from the United States in terms of investments, so Trump can diplomatically acquire them. Who do you think will win the national championship? Ohio State. Red Note censors LGBT. Yeah. What was your ear bleeding? Yeah, I know that was weird. The back of my ear was bleeding. It still kind of hurts. I don't know. It's like I could feel it when I was filming something, and then yeah, it's like dried up now. It's like I got a cut on the back of my ear or something. Will Cash Patel get confirmed? Yeah, I think Cash is one of the like 99% ones, honestly, if you look at this. He's got like a really high probability. Last minute pardons. Let's go to this. Let's see if we can find this. Hegsess is at 95% chance. Tulsi's at, yeah, they're really going to fight about Tulsi probably. Patel is at 88%. Do you think they received intel on death threats? Yeah, and the more that I think about this, probably, and they're probably using the weather as an excuse to not worry people. My guess is this is probably what happened. You have the weather situation. It's colder than normal. It's wind chill of 5 degrees. But then there's also probably some threats, and especially with what's happened to Trump back in the summer, Trump's probably like, all right, just to keep everything safe with all of us being there, we can secure it easier. Let's just have it inside. Say it's the weather, just to secure everything and make sure everything's safe. And that's probably what happened. Will Trump be releasing 9/11 documents? That's the hope. Let's hope. Dude, that new song with Roseanne Barr you're talking about, crack. Oh, bro, that's come on, that's cringe. That's cringy, man. It's I would play it, but I would lose my ad revenue. But Vivek running for governor of Ohio, yeah, I mean that's interesting. It's like Trump wanted to get him off a Doge or something. That's what people are saying. They absolutely had death threats. Well, I mean, obviously, I think every inauguration has some form of threats. The question is how many threats, and we would imagine there's probably a lot. I mean, just based off of liberals and how crazy they are and how angry they were that Trump wasn't killed and stuff. Matt Gates, imagine you can't even bet on that. I mean, what if somebody just like, oh yeah, Matt Gates? It's already resulted. Bitcoin all time high by that's it. That seems like an easy one, bro. That seems like an easy yes. With Trump coming in, you'll get a Trump pump on the 20th. Sell the news, no. Doge hit 69 cents. I mean, what is it? It'd have to double its current market cap to hit 69 cents basically. No, it's at like 38 cents right now or something. What's your stance on the TikTok ban? I think overall it's probably a negative, honestly. I think based off president, it's probably the thing is, dude, is I don't really know the exact scale of information China is getting. I haven't used TikTok in years, so it doesn't affect me. But it's not even about whether or not you use the app. I think the app is bad because it kills kids' attention spans. But then other apps are going to do that as well. It's not really based off of that. It's more so based off of there are reasons for banning it, and there's a few different reasons. They're not talking about why they want it banned, but I think generally it's probably a negative. But I mean, it's definitely a two different sided argument. It's like, I mean, the app clearly is farming Americans' data for China, which is obviously different than an American company doing it. Now you can argue because it's like a fog, like we don't know the exact how bad it is and how many American companies are selling their data to China. But I think it just sets a bad precedent in terms of, well, we don't like certain things that are being said on TikTok. Let's just ban the app and blame national security. It's probably not very good. Dow Jones 6,900. Yeah, I'm a whale in that. Well, I got a lot of those type of coins, man. You gonna stream the games tomorrow? No, not no. The NFL games, I think. No, no, I won't be streaming the games. I'll be streaming the inauguration though. I'll probably just stream at night if I do stream tomorrow. The fog was really strange during the holidays. Do you recall having bad fog? Like fog outside? We haven't had fog in a while here. We normally get fog. I'm trying to even think. Normally, actually, on like summer mornings, sometimes we get fog. No, it's mainly I think like April. April is normally when we get fog in the morning. I feel like with this climate, yeah, it's about April. Sometimes in the summer, it used to happen when I was younger. In the morning. Yeah, I'll be streaming Monday, man. Chances he signs for a Bitcoin reserve. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll happen immediately, but it does seem like they're going to do that. It's kind of, dude, imagine if Trump would have created this in like 2015, or I guess he couldn't have in like 2017, and he bought like 5% of the supply when it was, $10,000. That would be just crazy. That he would become like a top five president ever. Like that's how easy. That's a crazy like a president making like an investment like that. He's buying the top. No, I mean, but it'll go up still. I think Bitcoin will go to at least 150, maybe 200. I don't know when Trump will buy it. I would buy it ASAP if you're gonna do it, or wait. But I mean, if he, it's one of those things. If he buys it, it's gonna pump significantly, meaning the United States. Anyone seen graphic footage on the New Orleans truck? No, the only thing I saw was him turning down and before he actually did it. He turned down, there was a cop with a cop car blocking off, and he cut like in between a building and the cop car from I think a lot of people have seen that video though. Bills or Ravens, I'll go Bills. That really should be the AFC Championship. I'm sorry, that should be the AFC Championship. Your favorite breakfast food? I mean, like their waffles are really good. You get some good waffles. I haven't had waffles in forever. Eggs are really I like eggs, bacon, some good stuff. Is there live leak footage of that? They've banned a lot of that stuff. They've banned all the subreddits that used to have that. There were some gruesome subreddits, man. They've been purged for a while. Yeah, people should not watch that stuff. It really is not good for you. That is content that's not good for you. I'm actually kind of glad they did that. It's just We need to, yeah, I think that's very common sense. Ban China from buying U.S. property. I don't know who would be against that. And, you know, it's like, come on. What time are you going live Monday? I don't know. What is it, around noon Eastern? Maybe like 11. You think banning TikTok will help make America great again? It's irrelevant, I think, honestly. It doesn't really matter. It's just something that's going on one way or another. There's going to be a new app or someone will try and buy it. They're trying to buy it for cloud and stuff. Twitter is basically live. It's well, Live Leak I don't think was that horrible. Well, I think Live Leak got banned as well. You invested in Tesla stock? No. Streaming the Natty? Yeah, I should be streaming the Natty unless something happens to where I'm really, tired from the inauguration. I don't think so though. I'll probably be able to stream it. I should definitely stream it. I need to stream it. It's just, it's one of those things like it's almost like you lose an edge, after I don't know. I just had more of an edge last year. I'll say that much about making money and stuff. I mean, it's more so like behind the scenes now, like with crypto and stuff is how I'm making money. I mean, I am still making some decent money on YouTube, no doubt, but it's kind of weird. So it's officially going to be banned, or will they wait for the new administration? It's supposed to be going on. I mean, I don't know the exact process of like, well, if Trump comes in and he said he already said he doesn't want it banned, what happens? But apparently, it's not going to be available on Sunday, which is obviously a day before Trump goes in. So they said they're taking it off the App Store. Even if you have the app, you're not going to be able to access it. Lou Holtz called Ryan Day out again. Yeah, I saw that. It's kind of a funny little rivalry. Gonna have a hell of a time covering mass deportations. Yeah, I mean the deportations. Well, they've reported that there's been a lot of self deportations. I'm sure there have been a decent amount, but we'll have to see how smooth the deportations are gonna go because there's gonna be a lot of propaganda that's used from that. I'm sure. Let's go to Red Note and give the Chinese our DNA and sample and access to our home and Wi-Fi. Yeah, but did you learn Mandarin yet? I mean, you're disrespectful. You need to go learn Mandarin and read the fucking Communist Chinese manifesto if you really care. Like all these liberal kids are like, we love China. Yeah, well they're they don't like foreigners. They don't like minorities. What about that in the United States? But we can't have that. We say anything, it's horrible here. It's just more. It's the same shit with Palestine. Belichick flipped a four-star recruit from SMU. Was it a QB? Deportations ain't happening, buddy. Well, they're certainly going to happen. The question is the scale of them. How many will they actually be able to deport? As much as expansion sounds good, it just inches one bit closer to world government. And it's you're falling for conservatives that hate Trump propaganda when you say that. That's just now. I will say with Canada, I still don't really buy Trump wants wanting to take Canada. But even if he wanted Canada, that's North America. It's different than Trump raging war against Japan or anything like that. But that type of thinking where it's like, oh, if you take Greenland, it's a one world government. It's just not. You either don't understand the current situation of Greenland, or you don't like Trump. I mean, it's one of the two. It's you're not understanding. Greenland has 50,000 people. There's more people that there's double the amount of people are going to be at the national championship than Greenland has in terms of population. Do you believe that China is engaged in unconventional warfare against the U.S.? Yeah. China's already made their opinion on the U.S. known. They view the United States as the one thing standing in their way. They want to have the most influence in the world. Would you say Nasdaq 420 is the coin you're most optimistic about? Well, I mean, I'm optimistic about a lot of coins. I mean, it's like 10 or 12 different coins, honestly. There's a lot of coins. China and the U.S. will 100% go to war with each other in the next decade. Well, I hope not. I would not be good. Maybe a Cold War overtaking Taiwan. I mean, they're gonna try and get Taiwan, so that's gonna create a problem in and of itself. I wonder how that would get solved. That'll be fun. Was a 16 game schedule. I do like the 16 game schedule, honestly, man. The 17 is just a money grab. It is what it is. They just want that extra revenue for a regular season game. They might. I think they're gonna go down to 2 preseason games as well. They might go to 18 games. 16 playoff. No, I do like more playoff teams. I mean, I don't mind more playoff teams. I think 6 teams is a bit is a bit light. Remember, MLB had a really light playoffs. They had like five. I don't know how many. Maybe it felt like they it was really hard to make the playoffs in baseball until like 3 years ago. Then they added another wild card. Transfer portal is cringe. I mean, there's no loyalty with it. Kids just shop around every single year. They're free agents. It's a problem. Will the U.S. build a military base on Greenland? They already have one. They've had one since World War II up there. But I mean, I'm sure they would definitely build more infrastructure for military activities on there if Trump got the territory, or just anyways. I mean, worst case scenario, the United States is going to be involved in some type of economic relationship with Greenland as long as they can become independent from Denmark. Extra game is to add more international games. Yeah, they really want a ton of those. They got like a game Brazil, Germany, obviously, Great Britain, Ireland is getting a game. I don't know, like Sweden or some shit. Do you believe that Kevin O'Leary will make a deal purchase? Well, dude, there's like 10 different people that are trying to purchase TikTok, not just him. There's 10 people that want to purchase TikTok. So I don't know who's gonna try and who's gonna really send in a last second deal to try and get it, but they seem pretty content with just shutting it down because it was just used to spy on Americans. That's what its purpose was. There's really no use for it now. They would rather shut it down and then just funnel everyone to Red Note. Justin Fields being able to leave Georgia without sitting a year because of emotional reasons. Well, I mean, at that point, they were already losing grip. You know, that was kind of like that. That was like it was tilting, and then that was kind of when it was just like, all right, now it's a free for all. You know, because that was like the last thing. Because yeah, imagine you have to sit a year for transferring. That's what it was. Ban the NBA. It's unwatchable. Yeah, I can't believe they didn't put rules in place to make it more defensive centric. It is unwatchable. There's just way too much offense. Like, and this is like the seventh straight year now. Now it's like the fourth straight where the offense has just been way too overpowered. You'd have to make some rules to just change it. I mean, it's Greenlanders should start a war of independence to join the U.S. I don't think they have to. I think they can just leave. And they can just declare being independent if they vote on it, which I would imagine they probably would ASAP, and then do a deal with the U.S. I mean, Denmark is probably going to be pissed off, and I don't know if there'd have to be something that would have to be worked out with them. Thanks for doing the live, George. I appreciate it, man. Zuckerberg will buy TikTok. Well, what Mr. Beast, Zuckerberg, Musk, O'Leary, they're all Kick. They're all trying to buy it. Zuckerberg was trying to get TikTok shut down because it's just I mean now you see on Facebook they've got their own version. Facebook's kind of become this weird app where it's mainly like a marketplace now where you sell and buy shit, and I mean it's for older people and kind of facilitates in a different way now as an app. How long after Trump's inauguration do you think Russia Ukraine war won? Probably about 3.5 months, I'd say. The WHO issue a global warning for the H5N1, the bird flu. I haven't heard a ton about that. Knock on wood. Let's hope it stays that way. But I haven't heard a ton about that recently. Pem Bondi will be fine. Yeah. Conservatives need to be more inclusive to LGBT people who just love their country. Well, I think conservatives are a lot more than they used to be. It feels like most conservatives are. I don't know, man. How long do you think Israel Palestine ceasefire will last? Yeah, I got to kick out of reading that. There's like 10 different things that have to happen for it to go. It's such a mess. They can't even you can't even do a ceasefire there. It's just like yes, the ceasefire will happen under three different conditions that all must be met in a certain time period, and apparently it already was violated by Hamas. But I don't know. Maybe hopefully it'll last, man. I want it to end. I mean, You worried about Oklahoma flipping blue? I'm trolling. Yeah, Oklahoma's gonna be a tough one, man, to hold. Maybe a single county might flip blue. I don't know. In the Tulsa area, just don't care about the Middle East. It's sand trap of death and destruction. It's a good way of putting it, man. Absolutely. There's so many of us just don't care about it anymore, and just nothing good results in being in the Middle East. And then they try and say, well, they're going to build up nuclear weapons and everything. It's the same thing they said in the early 2000s. There's just those countries will never get along. Yeah, I saw that. Did you hear about the lady who gave almost £1 million to some fake Brad Pitt? Yeah, those photos were crazy, man. That was really bad. Those AI photos were terrible. Super Bowl watch along. I don't know, man. Will New Jersey flip red in 28? It's probably still unlikely, but it's possible based off of how much it moved. And there's going to be a lot of investment from Republicans into that state, I'm sure. I mean, we'll see. But it's one of those things like it was a perfect night for Trump and he got it within whatever, like 6 points. Do we really? You could say, well, there was no investment from Republicans. Now there's going to be an investment, so it's going to be even better. But you could also say the Democrats really didn't try and defend it because they thought they had it won easily. So I mean, it'd probably be closer. I mean, make the Democrats spend money there. Thoughts on XRP? Well, I mean, I think this is good for the market, man. I think it's very bullish for the market that XRP is pumping. I do. Let XRP go to $9-10 early pump in the bull run. I'm ready for this bull run to at least give us at least like to October, man. I'm hoping. Think we could get it to October. But I think it's a great sign for crypto in general. A lot of these old coins are starting to pump. Brad Pitt sitting in the operating room giving a thumbs up. Yeah, no, I think I would never invest into XRP, but I'm happy it's pumping. Honestly, it's good for crypto. Are the Chiefs winning the AFC Championship again? I don't think so, man. Your futures ticket cash is plus 300. How much did you put down though? $1,000. You win 3,000. MSNBC going downhill. I don't think they last more than 3 years. Yeah, there was also a rumor that Musk was gonna, they were splitting it up with Comcast was splitting it up because their views were tanking. I don't know. On X, they say Trump won't get certified. Is it possible? Yeah, I might do a video on that just because I know that video will probably get views, like liberals talking about it. I saw some liberal wacko dude talk about it. It's just these fringe people. They say that. I mean, it's so obvious. They're lost, and I think they just do it for like for views. I don't even know because they said, oh, that January 6th they were gonna stand up against Trump, and it's all fringe liberals who are like, it's the blue and on shit, but it's like there's zero chance of that happening. Do you think all jobs will be replaced by AI someday? Well, I mean, someday is pretty vague. I think things are gonna change significantly within time, but I mean, obviously the world's gonna be completely different in 100 years. There's certain things that I think people are gonna just prefer humans to do over AI. Obviously, a lot of stuff's gonna be replaced by it, though. You see the new Trump meme scam coin? Is that the thing that he's talking about? I don't know if that's some other dude was talking about a coin that Trump invested into. I don't think it was a meme coin though. Thoughts on a new poll for next Canadian leader after Trudeau having Trump as an option? Oh, come on. Trump is an option for the Canadian leader. Dude, they don't want to be part of the United States. They don't. I think it's like 75% of them don't. I mean, now obviously that could change if, because like what would happen is if we absorbed Canada, and I'm not saying we should, but they would get benefits, the Canadian citizens. So you could basically pitch them, and then there'd potentially be polls that came out, and then more would be on board with it if you gave them certain things. Um, but I don't think he would be high at all. But obviously, if Trump pitched them and said we're going to give you X, Y, and Z, then maybe it becomes different. All the meme coins on Phantom, well, Solana on the Solana, yeah, there's so many meme coins that gets created, and 99% of them. Well, dude, investing in meme coins, a lot of it is wait until they're 4 or 5 months old at least. That's what I would say. I think that's a good. The problem is people see like Peanut and these AI agents go to like 500 million, fart coin go to a billion, and they're like, and it runs right away. But it's like 99.9% of successful meme coins they immediately dump after an initial run up, and then there's like a 4 or 5 months accumulation phase, and that's normally the structure you want to look at. It's more you can more predict it. If you're just buying everything, FOMOing in at like 500K, 99% of them are just gonna go back down, especially on with Solana coins. Most of those are just pump fun crap. I'm mad I never bought XRP. I missed out on a 5X. Oh, how will I recover? Listen, I'm happy for XRP. Come on. If XRP went to $200, I'd be like, all right, I missed out on it. But like, dude, it doing a 3X, I don't ever come on. I mean, the what was I gonna say? The market cap of it's just too high, man. It's just too high for it to really do like a 20 for it to be worthwhile. It's just not. And obviously people see it because it's available everywhere and it's top five. But guys, when a coin has that high of a market cap, your multiplier is going to be very, very low. When I do a video on the I think with my videos, it's going to be mainly focused around like if I want to get into history, it's probably going to mainly be focused around like individual leaders more so. A lot of crypto traders use momentum trading bots. Yeah, I mean, so many people use bots for to trade now. It's a little bit this. I mean, definitely. There's to get out of coins if you have a large supply. Implementing bots could be important because you know it's hard to sell like 5% of your coins every time the certain amount of liquidity is available. You got to wait for there to be liquidity, and you can't keep watching. So I could see selling bots be a thing. Buying bots. I mean, everyone has bots. Georgia is cooked for the Republican Party. Every liberal Karen and her mom is moving to the suburbs. Yeah, I think you're right, Mark. I think you're right. Honestly, we'll see. It'll be very close in 28, I'm sure, but it does seem like that's a state that is starting to slip. just because of the amount of movement in there by liberal people. I mean, it's just liberals only moving in there. With North Carolina, it's kind of offset a little bit, but with Georgia, it's just all liberals moving in there. Are you interested in doing Canadian uh, prime minister election videos? I mean, maybe one. I just my viewer base is not interested in their politics. I mean, they're interested to see the conservative win. You know, we would like, but it's just not really something that's gonna be big. Liked my Hitler video. I appreciate that. Yeah, I want to do a video on communism. Honestly, I just want to dive into it a little bit. Um, so that might be my next video. It'll probably be my next video I do in a video format like that. But we'll see how this Hitler one gets into the algorithm and stuff. You know, that video was fully monetized. Fully monetized. I did have to put it through checks, but still, you know, you show swastikas, you talk about Hitler, they'll monetize it. Honestly, it just depends the context of it. Check Trump popularity polls. I mean, I think he's at he might be at 54%, 55% popularity. I don't know. Biden, wow, Biden actually, to me, honestly, kind of went back up to 39. Um, they've got Trump at -1. That's a spread. That's because of this YouGov -6. Emerson +10 is crazy. For all his flaws, I still think Day is a far superior coach to Freeman. Well, Day gets better talent. Whether that might be because of the Ohio State infrastructure, but Day just certainly gets better talent than Freeman. But I mean, it depends, you know. With Day, he's had his issues. There's no doubt about it. He is 2-0 against Freeman. Your grandfather has a letter from Hitler asking him to join the Hitler Youth. His dad was a native German. What was it? Just like a common letter that the Nazis passed down? That's pretty crazy history if you have that. Please talk about RFK Stadium. I think it got demolished officially. RFK. Eagles or Rams? I say Ram. I say Eagles. Eagles for sure. Trudeau approval rating 16%. Whew. You still don't understand how people could vote Democrat? Well, I mean, I can understand it in the sense I know how the people within the Democratic Party think and justify their reason for being Democrat. I mean, it's one of two major parties in the United States. I can understand it to a degree, you know, but I mean, obviously, I don't agree with Democrats, and That's kind of thinking. I mean, there's going to be some certain things you agree with, but it's like, but it's, some of the liberals are just, I guess, like some conservatives, just crazy people. You have Hitler's signature. Yeah, it's probably, you gotta get that verified or something, man. Have you ever voted for a Democrat? No, I haven't, man. What state do I live in? I live in New Jersey, man. What app do you think will replace TikTok? It'll just be YouTube Shorts, that Red Note app as well, unfortunately. But it's looking like that right now because its function is mainly for short form content. YouTube is long form, so I think it'll probably be the Red Note or whatever. What is your opinion on the Libertarian Party? I don't even know what they're trying to accomplish. Um, this past election was horrible for them. Even like most normal libertarians didn't even vote with that party because it was so bad. You're trying to find a red note stock to invest into, dude. Fuck that. There's not even a point to doing that. Yeah, guys, I'm from Ohio. I mean, people just keep asking me it over and over again, so I just say something different. You definitely don't have a Jersey accent. I would guess Ohio. Well, that's because you already knew. Make a video on the ceasefire. Although it already got. I mean, maybe I should do a video on the ceasefire. Honestly, I need some ideas for videos, anyways. Bro, what even is that? dude, dude, what is that avatar you got of me? You got me like fucking looking, you zoomed in on my face or some shit. That's bro, don't blame me. I just joined the damn stream. Well, dude, it's just been a thing where, I get asked this every stream. I'm not even kidding. Where do I live? I get asked it every stream. So I just kept telling people Ohio, and then at a certain point, it's just like, just start making shit up. I don't know. I mean, it's like pretty much if a lot of the same people are in the stream, so they already know. Bro, you're talking to me about Lego racers. I got your comment, bro. I see it, brother. Don't worry. You live in Union County next to Staten Island, right next to Newark Airport. Yeah, I live somewhere around there. Trump just launched a meme coin on X. You is this a troll or not? I'm not gonna sit here and look this up. This is a troll. Well, somebody can verify that. What's up, guys? What's going on? Sherrod Brown. They do love Sherrod Brown here in Ohio. They certainly do. They were very heartbroken when he lost. And I mean, he performed, I mean, he was an incumbent, but he definitely outperformed Trump by like 7 points. Oh, it is real? Wait, it's on his account? Bro, what in dude, this is just like come on, man. Dude didn't even put the you can't even copy the it's on Solana. You gotta be kidding. Oh man, hold on. Dude, seriously? What is this? Trump USDC? It's a stable coin? No, I'm kidding. It's trading at 4.5 billion market cap. Dude, come on. Like, bro, you're a president. What are you doing, man? Like, imagine it, Rugs. I think Trump got hacked, honestly. Official Trump. That's the coin name. Yeah, it's gonna collapse for sure. I mean, come on. Wait, so when Trump shared, I mean, there's definitely some people if they got it right away. You got a nice looks like you got a nice 40x, 50x. When you were in high school, was there ever a day a lot of snow fell but school wasn't canceled? Yeah, I mean that happens a few times for sure. Happens a few times. You want school to be canceled. You think it's gonna happen. The squall doesn't hit you correctly. Dude, look at this coin. My goodness. He needs the money for inauguration day. I mean, bro, this is just stuff like Trump people. They're not gonna, but this is. What are you doing, man? Like seriously. I mean, this is come on. Do you think that Biden wears diapers? Yep, adult diapers. I'm trying to get a viral moment here. It just collapses. I don't think it's gonna collapse. They'll probably because it would look bad for Trump. Let me get the viral moment where it goes back down to like 400 million. I don't think this is legit Trump on. Well, there's hundreds of coins that have the ticker Trump. I mean, that doesn't really. Vivek is running for governor of Ohio. Are there better options? Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard the options, but from what I've seen, is it's kind of a weird thing. I guess Vivek is still part of the Department of Government Efficiency. Coin has been around for a while. It's 13 hours old. Yeah, well, that's insider stuff, so they can get into it before Trump says anything. Like, what in the hell, dude? I mean, who did this? Baron? I mean, there's not even a meme here. It's just. It's dipping. Well, I mean, it's brand new. It's going to dip a little bit. Don Jr. Yeah, Don Jr. and Baron probably. Yeah, he uses the money to buy Greenland. Am I going to buy it? Hell no. I'm not buying a coin at 4 billion market cap that just came out. What is it going to do at 3? I mean, it's like, there's no point. There's the risk reward is not there. 90, dude, seriously, somebody get a bubble map on this. Imagine no, they would never have a bad bubble map. There's not even any socials to this. There's no socials. The score is 40. Well, that's because it was just created. That's just because it was just created, but. Let's get a bubble map on this. It's. What is this, the pool? That's got to be the pool, right? This is Baron's wallet. Oh, this is Baron's cluster. Is this on? Yeah, don't buy it, man. I'm not moving to Florida. Dude, I think someone hacked Trump's account. Someone had to have hacked Trump's account. I mean, you think they would dump it immediately. You think they would dump it? It got to 4 billion. I mean, it's showing resistance. They're gonna pull the plug on it. They're gonna have to pull the plug on it. Where do you see this coin in 2026? Worthless. Do you think Trump would be able to deport millions of people? Well, hopefully he will at least deport a few million. He's going to have to do something. I mean, he's promised people he's going to do it, so. This is kind of embarrassing. I know, like, what is the purpose of this? What if he's just like, yeah, I needed the money. We're going to purchase Greenland. I got $2 billion from this, this rug pull. Just strange. But then you've got stuff like this. Like what is the purpose of this account other than interactions? Describe President Trump in one word. What is the relation? What is the relation to the tweet? Could be a hack, so not a scam. Any plans for trending boost? He's got to pay for it. Account hacked. Yeah, I mean, like, why would you do this, dude? Made $400. Get out of the coin, man. I know, like this doesn't even look like it's good marketing or anything. This doesn't even look good. Did Trump say anything? Did Trump post anything? He hasn't posted it. Did he post anything on Truth Social? Is there a way I can buy it? Yeah, you don't want to buy it, man. It's not worth it. Trump was hacked and to ignore the coin. Bro, well then they're gonna dump it then, right? If he actually was hacked. You bought 6K of it? Well, you need to get out. Wait for a wait for a little you gotta get out, man. You're trolling me, I know. Maybe he just thought it'd be a cool thing to do. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't. He posted it on Truth too. Well, then maybe I think it is real then. Yeah, I think it's real then. If he posted it on both, I mean, what would they hack his Truth Social at the same time? Yeah, this is real then, dude. This is just. I mean, what are you doing? You're also what you're doing is you're taking away volume from my meme coins and other people in communities and our meme coins by doing this. This is really not good. You know what? I'm gonna have to criticize Trump with a video with this. I mean, this is not acceptable. This is not something you should be doing as this is come on. The coin is also shit the way it's done. It just looks like shit. I mean, come on. This is Barron Trump made this. This is Barron Trump's first website he ever made. Like, seriously? Give me 5 minutes, I can make a better website than this. It's on his Truth Social, but not Instagram. Yeah, but I don't think he really shouts out his Instagram for something like this. If you had 10K to buy, what crypto would you buy? Well, I mean, I'd probably split it between a few, honestly. It depends. Like right now, it's. It makes sense. It would be shit advertising. How though? You're gonna pay someone to advertise for the fucking thing. Pay someone to make the website. He should start a deportation coin. Dude, what if he made a coin and it just and the ticker was deport? I mean, that would be a legit meme coin. This is just, it just says official Trump. The coin is named official Trump. I mean, come on. The coin is official Trump. What do you think of the inauguration moving indoors? I think it's probably just because there were some safety concerns, likely. Yeah, I wonder whose idea this actually was. I mean, it's like it's Don Jr. Barron. I mean, Reagan's second term was the same. Yeah, it was endorsed for Reagan's second term as well. That's what people were saying. Oh, look at the money's just flowing out of this other one that was created randomly. Look at this. This was a massive dump from when it got created. It's number one right now. No Telegram group. Yeah, there's nothing on here, dude. There's no links to anything. It's not really done professionally, that's for sure. Yeah, dude, it's been really cold here in Ohio. Very cold. I think every day's been like under 32 for like the past 3 weeks. Imagine someone updates the decks and just some random person takes ownership. No, you can't do that. All right, guys, that is gonna do it for this live stream. I'm gonna get off for tonight. We'll have to see where this coin ends up going, though. Uh, I just can't believe the 15-minute chart, the 5-minute chart. This is not trolling. It's legit. Just yeah, I mean, because it's what did it say? The coin was created 13 hours ago. So yeah, there were look at that. There were definitely some people buying in. Like I wonder. Fuck. I mean, it just came on here. Its market cap was already like 7 million. Yeah, there was a bunch of insider people buying this coin well before it. Trump talked about it. Doge going to $2. I agree. Shiba Inu. Shiba's an old one. Shiba's kind of like the Doge. I wouldn't buy Shiba, honestly. How is this legal? What is the purpose of this coin? There's no purpose to it. I just think it's dumb for Trump to be doing this. It just doesn't really. I mean, unless like he puts the money in. I don't know. It's